Hello, Bonjordi, and welcome to Let's Crack On with me, Gary Walsh. In this podcast today, I am talking to actress and influencer Amber Olivia. We talk all things cruise ships, her life at sea, how she got into it, and also how she became an influencer and how she went viral on TikTok and how that has exploded, and also a current project that she's currently working on for Amazon Prime, which is amazing. She is an absolute star of the future, and we have such an amazing chat. So here we go. Let's crack on with Amber Olivia. Here we go, and here she is, Miss Amber Olivia. Hello, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here.
Well, I'm very excited to have you here. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this. We've talked about this for a long time, a long
Yeah, a
time.
long time actually.
Yeah. And obviously, I came across you on TikTok, which is how we met and how we connected. But this is actually the first time we've seen each other face to face.
Oh, but it is.
I know,
I've only just realized that.
I know.
Wow. Because
Yeah.
do
And
you know when you see like pictures all the time and stuff?
yeah, and we've like voice noted and stuff like that, and that's obviously stayed in touch. And but I was like, in Amber, I've never actually like FaceTimed or video called or anything. So this is the first time we're seeing each other face to face on the podcast, which is amazing.
Oh my gosh, well, hi, nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you. All right. I love it. Well, let's delve in. Obviously, in the intro, I've like described who you are, but let's just start from the beginning, like kind of like life stories-esque, like where you grew up. Obviously, I've done my research and all of those sorts of things, so I've got
Oh.
like a few questions and things. But tell us like where you grew up and how you got into the performance side of your life.
Oh my gosh, okay. So I grew up in Nottinghamshire and I'd always done performing, like, do you know, like since you was little and you would do like drama after school clubs and all of that. And then from that, I realized that acting is what I wanted to do. I always wanted to be an actress. So after secondary school, I went to Expressions Academy of Performing Arts and I did a 3 year musical theatre course there, which was like absolutely incredible. And then I never, ever, ever like thought about doing cruise ships. I didn't because obviously all I wanted to do was acting. So all I
Yeah.
ever thought of was TV and film. But when went to a musical theatre college, like when I was in first year, everyone in like third year was graduating and going on cruise ships. And obviously, I was seeing like their Instagram stories of them traveling to like these amazing places. So I was like, what? I want to do that. But then
Yeah.
they were all singers and dancers, and I was an acting major. So it's like, how can I do that on a cruise ship? And that's
Yeah.
what I do all. That's like the
That's
long story really short.
So throughout your training, obviously, it's like musical theatre, but your main thing is acting. That's like your main thing. But you still did like all the dancing, the ballet, tap, jazz side of it, the vocal lessons, and all that sort of stuff. So
All of it.
as as an actress, how do you find the other disciplines? Obviously, like we refer to like fame as like dancing is the hardest profession in the world, singing,
Yeah.
acting. Like how do you find yourself in like a ballet class or anything like that? Like, and has that helped you with the discipline of that within like your career now?
Oh my goodness. The ballet classes were like the hardest, like ballet and taps, stepping into them because I hadn't really danced before I went to EPA, is what they call it. I didn't dance before. I did ice skating for like 10 years. So
Oh
I kind of
wow.
had some kind of like movement and rhythm, but I'd never stepped foot in a ballet class. And obviously it's all very technique, like it's very proper, like you have to do it this way. Like, so I did find it very, very intense, but I loved it. Like, I absolutely loved every single second of it. And I wasn't the only one that had never done a ballet class before going there. There was others as well, like singing majors, there was other acting majors. So, and everyone in my year was so supportive. So it was just so nice. And
That's
I feel
good.
like the singing classes was a lot harder because I am kind of tone deaf. I won't lie. looking back on it now, I do wish that I went to a like solely acting college, drama school.
Yeah.
But I was 16 at the time. This one was near my house, and it was like my mum didn't want me to go very far away. And it did seem like the right thing at the time to do all three and become a triple threat. And now I think about it, if I didn't go there and learn everything I learned and saw everything I saw, I would have never have worked on cruise ships and I never would have been here.
No, of course. So everything,
Yeah.
look, and that's the thing. Everything happens for a reason. Every one thing leads to another. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's so good. And obviously, like you say, you looked at the third years, the people who'd graduated that you knew, and like looked at their Instagrams, which obviously you see all this amazing shiny life that we as performers like to portray. And you obviously came into the idea of, oh, I could work on cruise ships. So how how did you get the job? Because you were a host on your first cruise ship, right? You worked for
Yeah, I worked for
Marella slash
Peel.
Peel Talent.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I must have just missed you because I worked for that company as well. So I must have literally just missed you around that time.
that's insane. I joined in 2019, October 2019.
Okay, so we literally missed each other by like a couple of months.
That's crazy to think
Yeah,
about, actually. I went,
yeah.
my first ship was the Celebration. Did you ever go on the Celebration?
No, but we might talk after because I think we'll probably know quite a lot of people on at the same time.
Probably. Anyway, what was the question? I
So
was at,
how did you how what was the thought process of, oh, I can be a host on a ship? Because obviously it's yes, you're acting and yes, you're presenting and stuff like that. But what sparked that thing in your head of going, do you know what? I'm gonna do that now. And what set that in motion, you know?
well, Peel did actor hosts. So they did like plays, they do theatre at sea and stuff. So that's what really drew me to them because it's like, oh, I can still do acting and be on a ship. And I always looked at like presenting and doing the hosting side. Like, I love talking. I don't know if you can tell.
No, never in the world.
So, like, give me a microphone and I'll do it. So, I literally just went to the actor host audition. I knew that that's what I wanted so, so badly because I wanted to do the acting and also like the hosting. I didn't mind at all. Like I'd done 6 weeks at a Haven site in like the school holidays. I went and
Yeah,
worked
yeah,
there
yeah.
for 6 weeks. So that was all hosting. So I knew that I was like fine with it and I enjoyed it.
And great experience. I've done holiday parks and I worked for a Park Dean resort for a little while, and then I've worked for Tag on a park as a host. Those are the hardest audiences. So if you can get those audiences on side, those, I'm not gonna put anybody down because that's the kind of holidays we did it. I did as a child. If you can win that rougher clientele, shall we say, if you can win them over and get them on side and joining in and interacting with you, then you know you're on for a good thing and you're doing a good job, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And do you know what though? They're the best
I
because
know.
they're not afraid to have fun. That is what I've realized. They're not afraid to have fun. They don't care. They don't care what other people think. They will get down on the dance floor. They will do the game show with you.
They're
Like,
real. They're just
yeah,
real people.
real. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
That's so
agree.
good. So you're on your first ship. You've never experienced this before. You have no idea what you're about to go into. I know what you're about to go into. What what is the emotion of joining a ship for the first time? I'm assuming you'd never been on a cruise ship like on holiday or vacation before with your family. So and I hadn't either for my first one, and it's incredibly daunting.
Yeah. So, fun fact, I used to cruise when I was little, like as a child.
Oh,
Yeah. So I'd been on a few. But it was like when I was 8 years old, 10 years old. So you still don't really know. It's scary. You know nobody. I knew no one. Walking up that gangway the first, well, not even before you even walk on the gangway, when you go up to the people outside the ship and you're like, hi, I'm here to work. It's so scary, but you like, and I'm a very confident person. I'm a very extrovert and stuff. And for me, it was so intimidating and so scary. And it's like, it's a whole new world. Like you step on that ship and the outside world is not a thing anymore.
yeah, it doesn't exist. It's like I always say, and I've said this a million times, walking on a cruise ship is like going into the Big Brother house or going into the Love Island villa.
Love Island Villa every every day.
For many reasons.
But like, yeah, that moment, like when that bombshell walks in and everybody's like eyes on them, that's you. When you join a ship, you're the new one, you're the fresh meat, you're the like everyone's
Well,
like,
no,
who is that? Like you've joined
not
us for
me. More
family.
you. More you, not me. I don't walk on a ship and people go, "Who is that?" It's more females like yourself that everyone gets their literally their heads are like
Well, no, because
360 all the way.
it's like no, because anyone, like especially in the entertainment department, like
Yeah.
everybody knows everyone. We're a close knit, close, like tight group. So it
Hmm.
doesn't matter who you are. One new person, everyone's like, excuse me,
Absolutely.
who are you?
Yeah, and then all the officers come fishing
Ooh.
and
I'm saying nothing.
say it. Let's not spill too much tea. I'll let you keep your wits about you for now. Um but did you enjoy it? Obviously, first cruise ship contract, you're hosting, you're out on the pool deck, engaging with the guests and all of that sort of stuff. Like, did you obviously enjoyed it because it's something you've continued to do?
I loved it. I had the best time of my life. Like, and I was only on for 4 months, and then COVID happened. It was the worst thing that could ever like imagine like you've worked for 3 years, you get your first cruise ship contract, you join, you the team's amazing, you love that you're in the Caribbean, like it's
Yeah.
your first time in Barbados, and then all of a
You're
sudden
in boatyard swinging on the rope.
I love boatyard.
I actually had my boatyard top on today and I've just took it off for this.
We should have wore a boatyard. I've got a boatyard top. It's not
Oh,
here with
there
me,
we
but if
go.
we'd have planned before, I could have brought it here. Oh, I love boatyard. But yeah, imagine all of that, and then one day, like the tannoy, the captain comes over and he's like, "Yeah, we're all sailing back to Southampton." So we literally sailed from Barbados back to Southampton, sea day, sea day, sea day. We had a medical emergency on board. We tried to dock in Funchal, they wouldn't let them off.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we went all the way back to Southampton, and then I had to stay at home for a year. Oh, it was horrible.
Were you aware, and I've spoke to somebody before on here about like the COVID time. Were you aware what was going on in the world at like leading up to that? Because obviously I was at home, I was stuck at home. I had like I'd set up my theatre school at the time. We'd been open for like 6 months. I'd just launched my own production company, oh sorry, and gradually we kind of knew something was going on. But I have so many friends who were on a ship, and they were like, a lot of them have said it just happened out of the blue, or like it was only something that like a week or two before we're like, oh, this is going on in the world. This it's not going to affect us. Like, what was
Yeah.
that for you?
Like we kind of well, I kind of knew that something was going on, but do you know when something happens and it's like it kind of stays in that country? I kind of
Yeah.
thought it was like that. And
You just
no,
thought it was China's problem for now.
I don't know how
Yeah.
to explain it. It's like, do you know, like for example, I don't know if I can say this, and I don't want to get cancelled. That's all I can say.
That's all right. We'll
Like,
edit it
like
out.
Ebola, like it was
Yeah.
this big thing, but it kind of stayed.
Yeah.
Like I kind of thought it was gonna be like that, and then all of a sudden, because I was in the Caribbean, I had no phone service. I had to buy Wi-Fi, so I can guarantee when I'm buying Wi-Fi, the last thing I'm doing is looking at news articles. I'm not doing it. I'm going
Fair
on
play.
Instagram and I'm updating my picture.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. While you're away, do you keep up to date with current affairs? But that's a no.
That's an absolute no, especially with like the Wi-Fi on that ship. I was
Yeah,
on like
true.
holy ship. And so yeah, it was just so shocking. And then all of a sudden we're being told we're sailing back and everybody on the ship's stealing all the toilet papers. Yeah.
So it
That
didn't just happen at home; it happened
no,
everywhere.
no, because they'd all heard that you couldn't get toilet paper at home. So they were all stealing it at bathrooms. Yeah. Fun
That
fact.
is crazy. So you
Yeah.
sailed from the Caribbean just straight to Southampton, and you got off straight away in Southampton.
Every like British crew that could, we all got off at Southampton with the guests. And obviously, because with TUI, you fly from an airport and then they fly you all together.
Yeah.
So everybody's cars and everything were at airports. So then they'd organize like these buses to pick us up from Southampton and take us to the airports. So my mum had to just pick me up from Birmingham Airport. It was wild.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, great story though. Like, it's I think it's because obviously to for that to happen in the world and for you to be, it affected everybody completely differently and obviously was a gradual thing here in the UK. But for you to be literally on the other side of the world, living your best life, like on your first contract, just to be like, bang, done.
You're
We're
done.
going, we're going with, and to sail back, because I know other cruise lines of the cruise line you were on at the time as well, who were sailing around still on the other side of the world. They couldn't
Yeah,
come
they
home.
couldn't, but I've spoke to a few people and they sound like they had the best time. Like they had the pools open and everything, and like the guests got off and they was just like having the best time on the ship, which is great because they were so confined and stuff. None of them had it, so they all could just like sunbathe every day. And
Yeah.
but I
But you sailed back to Southampton with all of the guests as well.
all the guests. So and I
Wow.
was a host, so imagine the sea days. Oh my gosh! But we had the best time, and do you know what? The guests like they all kept such a positive attitude, and we were all doing everything we could. Nobody knew what was happening, like even the guests,
Oh.
like everyone was a little bit scared. But no, till the very end, like I worked until the moment, like an hour before I got off the ship, I got changed, but I was working all that morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, fair play. Fair play. And but that experience obviously didn't put you off. You came home. You see, you obviously had a year at home. What
Yeah,
what did you do in that year?
it was tough.
Nothing. Yeah.
I when things started opening again, I could obviously like tell that cruises weren't. So I went and worked at Sports Direct. I
Fair
worked
play.
there for a while. And then my mum works at Slimming World. She's actually like the number one consultant in the, well, she was. She doesn't do it anymore.
Go
So
on,
I
man.
started working with my mum at Slimming World and like helping people lose weight and support them over the phone and everything. But as soon as cruise ships were up and running, I was on the first Morella ship back. Woo woo.
That's so good. So you went back to Morella. You went back with that same company.
Well, so I was with Peel before, but then Ted got all of the contracts to all of the ships.
Yeah.
So I had to like send all of my stuff to Ted and like re-audition and everything.
Yeah.
But one of the heads of Morella basically gave my name and another guy's name to Ted and was like, you need
You
to
need to
get
keep
these
these
things.
people within the
After
company.
4 months of me being on a ship, I was like,
Well, it just shows how good you were at your job.
I hope so. Or I just annoyed people. So they was like, oh,
Well, there you go. Well, persistence is key.
and see.
So obviously all of this is going on. You worked on you're doing the ship, and then you've obviously you moved companies within production companies, and then you've moved different cruise lines.
Yeah.
Um, and then obviously this is more of a character role that you've been doing on your last contracts. How is that different from just being the front facing out there presenter host to being this specific character, which I love and I'd never heard of until I came across your TikTok. I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, I didn't know it was a thing until I saw another girl's TikTok. Her name's Ezra Freeman. She love her by the way. She did all TikToks as this character when I was on Morella, and I was like, oh my God, like you can do that as a job. Then I messaged her, but it's so much different. It's kind of nice because we play two characters. There's Fortuna and there's the Pirate Queen. And Fortuna Look is the luckiest lady on the seven seas. She's this bubbly American. And I won't lie, it's me with an American accent. So I love playing her so much and I have the best time.
Is a
And
lot of it scripted? Sorry, is a lot of it scripted or are you improvising quite a lot of the time?
most of it's improv. There's like a
That's
few
so
scripted
cool.
things, like when we come out in like Deal or No Deal, there'll be a script. But I did a lot of extra things. I did like the voice of the ocean and stuff. So when I turn around, all that would be improv. Like when I'm speaking to guests, it would all be improv. But I found it, everyone was like, how are you so good at improv? And I'm like, because it's things I would say as Amber in an accent.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's so good. I love that. I love that. Like now, I'm gonna come to the TikTok, right? How? Because you're not just an actress now. You are an influencer. Do you realize that you are an
Not
influencer?
really. I'm not really an influencer.
You have over 80,000 followers on TikTok. That's a lot. When did that start? Like, had you always done little vlogs and things like that? And or was there like one specific video that you put on TikTok and you were like, "Oh my goodness, this has just totally blown up and gone viral."
Yeah, so ever since after COVID, I'd always told myself I'm going to do YouTube, some kind of social media. Never did it. Bought myself a camera. Never did it. Was like, okay, I'm going to do it this time. Never did it. You know, as we all do. Just kept pushing it
Do
back.
you think because you feel self-conscious?
I'm just lazy at the moment. I don't know what it was. I just didn't do it. It's a lot of effort to be fair. Like
Yeah, it is. It's a lot.
just would forget. And I'd be like,
And also, a
oh
lot of the time, you want to live in the moment. Because I used to do YouTube, like when I first started chips, I really actually wish that I'd stuck at it. Because obviously, I'm a lot older than you and been doing chips since 2012. But I started vlogging, and YouTube was huge then. And I started to get like a really good following. And then I broke up with my girlfriend, and she was like, can you delete all the videos of me? And I was like, that's basically the whole channel that we are. Like, it's one
oh
of those things. But I wish I'd have like just kept at it,
yeah.
because people are huge now and like, that people have amazing followings like yourself, but it is effort. It's so much effort. Like
It
there's a lot
is.
of goes into it.
But I wish that I was like, do you know when people started it when they're like 14, like Saffron Barker? I'm obsessed with Saffron Barker. She's set for life. I wish
Yeah.
I just did it when she did it. But
Well, you
anyway,
look at her and
that's
like, her and Joe Sugg have been on Strictly, that's like
get me on Dancing on Ice, please. That's all I
you
want in my life. You don't understand. That's all I
you
want.
would be incredible.
Please.
Incredible. You
Universe.
just got to keep making those TikToks.
I know, and I've really fallen off at the moment because I've not been on a ship. But I'm getting back onto it. I posted a brand deal today.
Oh, go on, girl. So, how did all of that come about then? Like,
Okay, okay, okay.
what was the build up?
So New Year's, I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And then I started New Year's doing 75 hard. So then I started vlogging my 75 hard. I was in 200 view jail. No one was watching them. I was doing the same thing every single day. So I was like, oh. And then I thought, I'll do a day in my life. So then I started doing days in my life. They would get about 2,000, 3,000 views, which compared to my 200 view jail, very good.
That's amazing.
And then I don't know why I was like, I'm going to start doing like a few behind the scenes things. And I think the one that got the like the most was I did the officer's mess and I put the captain at the start of the video, who absolutely love him, Captain Gavin, one of the best captains I've ever worked with. He's great. He he was in the video, and I think them seeing like the stripes and stuff was like, oh, and I think that's what brought their attention. But that got to like 200k views, which insane, blows my mind. So then I was like, okay, I need to keep up with this. And then I started doing more behind the scenes of different areas. And then there was one day when I was like, I need to post every day for the algorithm. And there was one day I had nothing to post, but I had like a few videos in my phone of like the ship being really rocky and like waves crashing against the like window.
Yo
Yo
ho,
ho.
yo ho.
So I put something together in literally 2 minutes. When I tell you this video was like the easiest thing to edit, did a quick voiceover, posted it. It's nearly on 12 million views.
That is crazy.
The ones that I would like take so long sitting, filming, editing would do well, but not like that. And that's the one that really that took it off.
Yeah, that's the thing though, isn't it? You put so much effort into all of these things, and it's just the most easiest or stupidest little comment that can just send you viral and take you like through
Yeah,
the stratosphere. Like it's crazy.
it's crazy. It only needs one as well. And like that video is still popping off now. Like Lad Bible literally posted it a few days ago. Again.
That's mad. So obviously, like people are now getting in touch with you for brand deals. Obviously, Lad Bible obviously got to get your permission, so they've got to contact you to post those things. So
Yeah.
is that like a thing that you do quite regularly, or do people get in touch with you about those sorts of things?
I've had a lot of like brands come to me in email and ask to do collabs, but a lot of them like they don't resonate with my channel. Like I get so many for like Shein, and I'm so sorry if you love Shein, but I'm not about it, and I'm not going to promote it on like my channel and stuff. But the one that there's only one brand I've done collabs with, and I've done my second one today, is Airalo, and that's an eSIM brand that I've genuinely used before, like before I was even on TikTok, anything. So when they came to me, I was like, absolutely yes.
That's
Like
amazing.
I've used it, I loved it. It fit the purpose. I was like, absolutely, I want to share this with people. So yeah.
That's so good.
Uh,
I love it. I love it. So, no ships for the moment. Not
mm-mm.
right now. Is there any sign? I mean, I've said I will never go back on a cruise ship again, and I'm about to go on contract number 9. So I've said it after every one. You'll never say never. Like, is there potential
Yeah.
that you could go back? Have you had offers to go back?
I have had offers to go back. I was supposed to be on a ship right now. I was meant to join the 10th of August. I got offered the Sun Princess, which is Princess's newest flagship, like brand new, came out in February.
Yeah, my friend is cruise director on there, and it looks beautiful.
Corinne.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Morella girl as
I
well.
know she was my assistant cruise director. She's done so well. I'm very proud of her.
She's amazing. Do you know what? I've never met her, but from like Instagram, it's like me and you. Like I feel like I have.
Yeah, you feel like you know them. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was so excited to work with her and meet her, and but a few things came up at home, so I had to stay at home for a little bit. So I unfortunately told them that I can't go, and it broke my heart. Like
Yeah,
right
of
in that
course.
email, literally broke my heart so much because I love ship life. But since I'm on land, I've been doing some acting things.
Yes, this is where I was going. We're getting into the serious, well, not serious, like there's no difference between any of the acting, but like you've currently been filming for a feature film.
Yeah, that was really exciting.
Can you tell us anything about it?
I don't know.
Can you
Maybe
say the
not.
name?
No.
Is the name on
No,
your
don't say it.
spotlight?
Don't say it because it's a working title.
Right, okay, let's not say anything. Let's not say what
It's
it is
I
then.
can say that it's a horror comedy spoof. It's like a spoof movie.
Nice.
It's
And it
going to be on
was it
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
And what is your role? Are you lead? Are
I
you
was one of the
leading?
leads.
Go
Yeah.
on, girl.
You'll see it. Oh my God, you'll see it. I don't know when it's going to come out, but I can't say much about it. But it's kind of gives like Scream vibes, where it's like a spoof, but it's comedy, but it's a horror, but it's actually hilarious. Like
Like
filming.
scary movie vibes. My
Yeah,
strong
that's what I
hand.
meant. I meant scary movie, not
And
Scream.
no, but scary movie is a spoof of Scream, so I do get where you're coming
Yeah,
from.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's literally that's like the vibe it goes for, and it's just hilarious. And like filming it, we had to like I had to do so many takes because I just kept laughing. Like the script is
Yeah,
hilarious.
I've seen like your Instagram and you've got like blood and like
I got a
gruesome
fight
type.
scene. Ah, I can say that.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's my first ever fight scene that I've ever done. It was insane.
So this was your first feature film,
Second,
second feature film, and what
yeah,
of like you've done like feature films before and like short movies and stuff. I've seen that you've done short films and things, and
yeah. I've
like
done
this
like
is
little
all
short
now just leading
films.
up to your big Amazon Prime debut.
Yeah, I can't wait. Obviously, like it's not a very big thing at all. Like I don't want to sit here and sell it that it's going to be this next blockbuster movie because it's not. It is just made for Amazon Prime, but I'm just starting out, like,
Yeah, of
and I'm so
course.
grateful for the experience, and it was just so fun, and the cast and the crew were all insane, and I just, yeah, it makes me really happy, like being on set and doing all of that, and it's just like it just shows me that that is where I want to be in life.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is it giving you the incentive now to like push for other stuff? Have you got an agent? You've obviously got an agent. No.
I've been waiting for my show reel. I went to Pinewood a few weeks ago. I got my show reel, so I need to start sending it out because I would like an agent.
Girl, I think it's honestly, as soon as you get that agent, you're gonna go bang.
I hope so.
You will. You
Fingers
will.
crossed. I just need an agent. I need. Oh.
No, it'll come. Do you know? And like you say, it's early days. Do you know what I mean? You're building up all of those, different experiences and all of those different, professional jobs. And I think, as soon as someone sees Amazon Prime leading actress on your spotlight or on your CV, they're gonna be like, let's get this girl in, Because I've
Yeah.
watched I've obviously I've like did my research, so I like looked at your spotlight and watched your acting reel and stuff. Like you are, very good. I could see you in a soap.
I wouldn't mind starting in a soap at all.
Yeah. All
Like,
the best people have.
exactly. Get me in a soap. I don't like it when people like turn their noses up for soaps. Get me in a soap. I'll do it any day. And then after the soap, then get me on Dancing on Ice, okay?
There you go. Absolutely. Please. No, but I've always said the same thing. Like I would have loved to have like gone into Emmerdale because obviously that's like the more northern one.
Hmm?
Or be like Jill Halfpenny's long lost nephew who's like went to find her in EastEnders,
Yeah.
like and then I've always said, get me on Dancing on Ice or Strictly and like bang, let's go. Let's go. I mean, I've been in talks with two TV shows this year. One could still happen. I don't
You
know,
did
but
tell me.
I'm about to sign a contract. Well, I've literally signed my contract to go on a cruise ship.
Yeah,
Um,
tell me after this.
I'll tell you. We'll talk after because it might happen. It might not. Do you know what I mean?
I know you're still.
I know, but this is the thing. I look at people like like Sydney Christmas. She went for BGT.
Mm-hmm.
She's done ships. She's worked in Germany in Starlight Express, and now you know what? She got to the point where she was like, "Nah, I'm going for this show," and it's hopefully for her. Obviously, she's done so well so far, is catapulting her into prime time, which
Yeah.
is what we all want. You know what I mean? Like it's what we do it for because that's where most of the money is. There's show me the money. We are on trend right now, but like. There's yes, you get paid well enough on ships, but it's not amazing. Do you know what I mean? Like I've worked on ships for 12 years and I'm still living in my family home.
Yeah. I mean, we save money. That's like a good thing about it, is we
Yeah,
save.
it is. What do you think? What's the best thing about cruise ships for you? What
Travel.
like your top three things?
Travel, people, food. They're
Nice.
the top three, yeah.
Nice.
Maybe the people before the travel because I've met like my bestest friends in the entire world. Like my bestest friend ever, like Erica. Like I don't know how I could actually survive without her. Met her on a ship. So actually I'm gonna put people as number one just for Erica. And there's other people, obviously, like Dan and all my other friends that are probably
Nice.
watch
What's
this.
like
Like,
what's the favorite place you've went to?
Hawaii. I love Hawaii with my entire heart.
I've never been.
You need to go. You need to go, even if it's just for a holiday. Like I know, book a
Yeah.
flight there, easier said than done,
So easy.
especially when it's so far away. But honestly, Hawaii, it's magical. It's magical.
That's so good.
Yeah, I love it.
That's so good. That where this is like, what's the worst thing about ships for you?
Being away from friends and family
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. You were quite a big family?
Kind of a little bit.
You just you miss out on like events like life events, don't you? And that's the hardest part.
Yeah, exactly. And I've got my granddad. He's 92. Like he's getting old.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it happens. I lost my granddad on my first ship.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
It's
like
that's
it
hard.
happens. It's part of life now. Do you know what I mean? Like I mean, I definitely wasn't prepared for it then. I will
Yeah.
definitely be prepared to lose potentially a grandparent again. Hopefully, not anytime soon.
Not for
But
a while, please.
yeah, but it does happen. It's part of life. But
Yeah.
like, where are we going now? What is next for Amber?
Ah, TV and film.
Go on, girl.
That's literally TV and film. And I'm gonna pick back up my social media. But now, do you know, because I'm not on ships, I don't know what to post.
You just that's true. That's hard.
Yeah, it is.
Because I came across you. I think you did a lot of the in the end, like sitting in your cabin going, this happens on cruise ships. Like I think I came across your hierarchy. I think you explained the hierarchy of ships, and I think
Yeah,
that was the one I came across you on.
yeah.
Um, but it's, finding it's just now finding that new niche, even if that's just, doing a couple of trending sounds or, whatever, like just to keep the content. But it is hard because I've come home and I've gone, what do I make content about? What do I talk about?
Exactly. I have no personality now.
No, not at all. But it'll happen. You'll find it. Like, I wish you all the best of luck in the world. Like, I can't wait to when you are a Netflix and Amazon Prime star or in like, Hollyoaks or Coronation Street. Like, and I'll be like, I had that girl on my podcast.
Thank you so much. And I wish you the best of luck. Literally going out tomorrow is mind blowing.
Yeah, it's a lot. I've just finished packing. Literally just finished packing. So yeah, trying to squeeze everything into
It's
one and a
hard.
half
That's one of the
size
hardest
suitcase.
things.
I know I've literally just took so much upstairs that I was like, no, I can't take that. And then I'm like going back to that no pile going, yeah, that can
Maybe.
fit.
Maybe.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We finally got to do it.
Finally. It was
Finally.
so fun.
Thank you so much. And yeah, we'll we'll speak soon.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my God, what an absolute delight that was. Amber, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It was a joy to have you, finally, of course. And obviously, you can all follow Amber on social media. I'm going to link her profile in all of the links below. And I just wish you all of the success in the world. She is definitely a star of the future. Now, of course, you can follow us on all of our social media platforms at Let's Crack On Pod on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and of course, listen along on all of the podcast platforms and follow us and subscribe here on the YouTube channel or wherever you are listening or watching this podcast. There are so many things out there. I am currently in Miami, although not recording this, but I am currently in Miami, so I will be getting as many episodes out as I possibly can, talking about rehearsals and hopefully getting a few of my cast members on as well. So, anyway, moving on. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Again, thank you to Amber for coming on the podcast. We'll see you next time on Let's Crack On with me, Gary Walsh. Bye bye. Ciao, ragazzi.